The first design that I'm gonna show you guys is where we got to draw some sketches from fashion, and on the right side we got a drawing, and then on the left side we had to imitate exactly the same as on the right, and then in the middle we had to put in our own kind of elements and recreate the dress into kind of our own design, and still keep some parts of the dress and just put on some new elements. On to the next assignment, we had to create our own design for a dress or a collection that we wanted to do. And as you can see here, I've chosen to take further the dress that we were gonna intimidate onto the next project, and this is the inspiration that I've used, from fabric to colors to different types of inspiration. Onto this next picture, you can see the dress that I came up with, which at the top of the dress it has a little bit of a lacing detail, and then on towards the rest of the dress it has just kind of a simple material with a mix of light blue or purple, if you could say like that, and then at the bottom it has kind of a draping to make the ladies have some shape. And at this picture, I've drawn the model and the dress onto a little bit of a catwalk. For this next project that we got to do, we did some shoe designing, and the first one is just some sketches where we've drawn the shoe in from different sides and perspectives of angles. And there are two types of shoes with a heel. We came to designing our own shoes, where I decided to design a sneaker with a purple pattern onto the top of it, and a platform flat heel, and then just a blue little line as a detail at the bottom of it. The next project was an optional project, and right here I decided to make a necklace, and on this picture you can see some of the inspiration that I got before I started making it. The necklace that I decided to do was a chain based necklace, where I had some thread in two different colors and a chain, where I layered it up and made my own kind of knot on it and kind of way of braiding the thread into the chain, and then as kind of the pearls or the jewelry pieces onto this necklace, I've made some own pearls, which is made out of plexiglass, and just glued on some paper on the back of it. On these two next pictures that you're gonna see, we had a project where we're gonna just draw the outer line or the couture line of people in different positions and create some shades and some depth or length into the picture. What the next thing you can see here is a collage that we made out of different papers in week magazines, and this was supposed to create a vision of kind of how we see different body types today, and also how we're all very taken by how to be perfect. And this was also something that could be a front page for a magazine or an advertisement in a magazine or something like that. The first project was an architecture project. We had to make a cabin, a small cabin, and first we had to draw it in a perspective. After that we had to make it physically, and we had to make little work drawings of it, and then afterwards we had to build it as well and to make it as a model. On these pictures you can see how the model of the cabin turned out, and it's first the front, and then you have the back side of it with a door and windows, and then you have the other side afterward. On this picture you can see a drawing of an animal called lemur, where I've chosen to use the material pencils and just kind of draw it as natural as I would like it to be. On this picture I've drawn an animal skeleton, and here we've experimented with different types of using shadows to create new shapes into the drawings. Here you can see a sculpture piece that I made out of clay, where I've chosen to make a manly body and cut it off the arms and the neck and just made it this outcut. And you can see it from different angles. The first picture is the front, the second is the sides, and then the last one is the back of the body. What you can see here on the picture is a wallpaper that I made, and it started off by us taking pictures of each other's hands in different positions, and then afterwards we had to draw the different hands, and then we went into Photoshop and we kind of placed on different colors and backgrounds and put it in different positions, and then I created this pattern, and then afterwards we went into a professional press place, and then they copied out a professional wallpaper for us. Now, since I've had photography at school as a side subject, I've chosen to take with this picture of one of my friends, where the assignment was to take a low-key picture where you basically keep everything in the picture very dark, and then some parts kind of light just to make them stand more out. And this is what I came up with after I've taken the pictures and edited a bit on Photoshop and just using perfect light as well. Here you can see a wall that is outside our school building, and it was normally quite white and boring, but now we got the assignment to spice it up a bit with some graffiti or painting and stuff like that. So I decided to take some of the colors that are inside our school on the walls, and then bring it up on the walls that are outside and just spice it up a bit so it's not that boring anymore. Now this is of course not up on the wall yet, it's just we've drawn some sketches and then we've colored it in on Photoshop, and then we've also kind of put it up on the wall through Photoshop afterwards as well.